Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salamun alaikum wa rahmatullah. When we speak of beauty, our minds often turn to flowers, to smile, gentle, peaceful moment. But that beauty only finding comfort that easy. Is it possible that within peace, within sorrow, even the shadow of that a deeper kind of beauty might be hidden? We want to look toward Karbala, not only with our hearts, but with the eyes of beauty, to see how within blood tragedy a breathtaking girl can be found. Actually, from ancient Greek philosophy to modern aesthetics, uh, many have said tragedy is beautiful. Why? Because in tragedy, the human will stands from against fate, injustice, or death. A tragic human falls, but he falls with dignity. He doesn't surrender. Ashura is a tragedy, but not the kind we see on stage that tears, blood, thirst, and heartbreak, but also tears awareness, persons, and noble choice. Imam Husayn alayhi salam watched toward death with open eyes. Every moment of Ashura is filled with conscious, elevated human decision. Her beauty is not the appearance of the sin, it's the depths of human truth. Imam Husayn alayhi salam and his companions stood against the ugliest realities, betrayal, hypocrisy, violence, force, oppression, and retained their respect with the most luminous values: honesty, loyalty, sacrifice, patience, dignity. This contrast itself is the root of beauty. Like a flame shining in the darkness, like a reed that cries in silence, giving birth to meaning. Ashura, Ashura is not only a moment to cry, it's a moment to witness, not just with the eyes, but with the heart and soul, to see how in the heart of suffering a human being revealed his most beautiful self. Perhaps one of the most shining moments of Ashura's beauty in the loyalty of Imam Hussein's companions. While betrayal, lies, worldly temptations surrounded him, he was not alone. He was joined by men became poems of loyalty. Zuhair was once distanced the path of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He refused to meet the Imam Hussein alayhi salam at first, but one glance, one sentence from Hussein alayhi salam transported his heart. Her tent to his tent has told his wife, I found my path. I leave you with peace. But I must join Hussein alayhi salam. Not only did he join, he stood in front lines, and before his martyrdom, he said, even if I'm killed 1,000 times and burned each time, I'll never abandon you, oh Abba Abdullah. What is the beauty here? In the free choice. And walking away for comfort is standing with all his been beside the truth. A 70 years old man, an old friend of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Habib ibn Mathahir, when he heard that Hussein alayhi salam arrived near Kufa, left everything behind. He kissed Hussein's leather and said, this is the call of God. He was a commander, a poet, but above all, he was a loyal friend. When he entered the battlefield, he said, though my body is old, my soul is young for Hussein alayhi salam. Beauty lies here, in a burning passion, in an old man fight like a young lover, not with the songs, but with the loves and recognition. One of the first to pledge allegiance to Imam Hussein alayhi salam, Muslim ibn Awsaja. When he felt wounded, Imam Hussein alayhi salam came to him and said, may God have mercy on you, O Muslim. As Habib approached to say goodbye, Muslim whispered his last breath, I advise you, don't leave Husayn alayhi salam. Fight for him until you are killed. Where is the beauty in those final baths still fully devoted, not for your own salvation, but for truth greater than life itself? Ashura, Ashura is a display of moral, human, and spiritual beauty. But above all, but above all, it is the time of loyalty amidst ugliness. Loyalty at a time when the world had turned its back. Loyalty not for gain, but for meaning. Loyalty while thirsty, while wounded, while surrendered by death. And this beauty lives on because it rose from a heart of faith. Abbas, Abbas, Abbas. Abbas was more than a military hero. He was the embodiment of beauty and loyalty. When the earth was dry and the sky silently wept, picture him carrying the water boat, standing face to face with the water, hearing the cries of thirsty children, and not drinking, though his own thirst burned his soul. In that moment, Abbas became a living masterpiece, choosing marvel over physical temptation. This is beauty. When his hands were cut off, he smiled because he still carried the water boat. See, there was hope to return. When the pouch was torn, the sky turned black. He fell, but in that fall, he built a mountain of loyalty. He built a mountain of loyalty. But if someone asks, what is the most beautiful moment in Ashura? I might say in Abbas's loyalty, in Ali Akbar's youth, in the children's tears. But I say, it is the standing of the woman. It is the standing of the woman. Admin ruins, broken bodies, in the heart of flame and captivity, and yet her face didn't break, her voice didn't tremble, and her faith put the mountains to shame. Zaynab, the Prophet Ashura. She was not just Husayn's sister. She was the extension of Imam, clothed in patience and mission. When all the men were murdered, she remained alone. But she didn't collapse. She stood tall and warm like a tail did in the sky. In the court of Ibn Ziyad, when he mockingly asked, what did you see in what got to your brother? She replied, I saw nothing but beauty. Where is the beauty? This is where true aesthetics rises. How can a person see beauty in such a scene? In the bodies, in the hunger, the wounds. Zaynab saw beauty in surrender to truth, in sacrifice for meaning, in broken bodies, in broken bodies that give birth to eternal life. She cried with dignity. She spoke like a divine order. She looked not at the source, but at the heavens. Zainab was like the reed. Zainab was like the reed, buried in silence, but filling the world with its melody. Filling the world with its melody. Zainab was like the reed, buried in silence, but filling the world with its melody. Filling the world with its melody. Ashura must be known with Husayn alayhi salam, wept with Abbas, witnessed with Ali Akbar, but understood through Zaynab. Beauty within tragedy in the gaze of Zaynab.